What's going on, guys? Digidesdan here, back again with another pickup video for you. Super excited about this one just because this is kind of like the leftovers. So before I left for my trip, I actually had some things that I picked up that I wasn't able to show in my Florida video just because I didn't take it with me. But the weekend that I left for my trip, it was PAX weekend, PAX Prime, and I was only able to go one day, but I did pick up some great things there. And now I'm going to use this video to show you. So the first thing I want to show you is just a few of the things I got from PAX. First thing is this very cool t-shirt. I don't know if you can see that. It says Nindies at Night 2017, and this is a Nintendo shirt, as you can see from the sleeve there. And what this was, it was an event that Nintendo was holding, and you had to wait in line, and when you got to the end of the line, essentially, or the beginning of the line, there was a giant setup with a bunch of switches, and you just played a bunch of indie titles. So games like I think Super Sausage Party. They had the new Super Meat Boy. They also had a bunch of other games, like there was a b-boy breakdancing game. I don't know, just tons of great stuff. I even played like Gauntlet style. Here, I'll show you here. So there's SteamWorld, Dig 2, 9 Parchments. This was one of the inserts that they handed out. And so what you had to do is, there's the list there. You had to go through all these different types of games that they had at the demo. And if you played 4 of them, you would receive a shirt and a pin. And I'll show you the second pin here. This is what we got. So we got this shirt and this pin. So it says Nindy Arcade, and that was the name of their event. They called it Nindy. So very cool there. This was probably the longest wait that I had to do at PAX. It was about 2-hour wait. I didn't get a chance to go to Nintendo's main booth where they had like Super Mario Odyssey or the new Metroid Samus Returns. But this one was definitely worth it because I got a t-shirt and a cool little pin / coin out of it. So that was very cool. Alright, the next pickup is kind of an odd one. It is a long-awaited reward from a Kickstarter. It's from Mighty Number 9. So when I first kickstarted the game, this was, I don't know, years ago almost, and I put enough money to get a physical box, and it finally came. What's funny is I don't even have the game yet. I have the game on Steam, but I don't have a physical copy. But they sent me this box finally because I ordered the NES box, and what's funny to me is I actually have to assemble it myself. It doesn't come with anything else. It's supposed to come with a USB drive that looks like an NES cartridge, I believe. But it's been long since, like, I don't know, I've forgotten about it just because of how long it's taken for them to get the physical rewards out. But this finally came. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to put it together, and we'll see if anything else comes for me from this Kickstarter. Not a whole lot of thrift store finds this week, but we did have a few games, actually. First thing I want to show you is from Value Village. Actually, all this stuff is from Value Village. It is Mario Golf Toadstool Tour for GameCube. Awesome game. I love Mario Golf games. This one was $5.99, which is a pretty good price for it. We have Animal Crossing Wild World, and this is a game I actually been looking for a while. For the longest time, I couldn't find it for any less than $25 or even $30, and this one was $7.99. It came from the same store as the Mario Golf game. And we have Mario vs. Donkey Kong Mini Land Mayhem. This is a fun little action puzzle game. This one was $5.99, and this is a game I haven't played a whole lot of. I don't have a lot of experience or game time on Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I heard it's a great series. So for $5.99, $6, it's definitely worth the pickup. You know, I'm gonna give it a try, see how I like it. Especially since they have made multiple games in this franchise or this series. You know, there's something about it that people like, and I'm hoping to see what they, see what they're talking about here on this one. Alright, this next game I'm super excited for, also from Value Village. This one I've been looking for a while, the Legendary Starfy. This is a fairly common title. You see it a lot, but you don't see it complete in the case as much. Like if I go into any GameStop, they're gonna have loose copies for about $2 or $3. But I really wanted it in the case, and so we found this at Value Village for $5.99. Not bad. In this game, I believe it's a first-party Nintendo title. You play as a starfish. It's an action platformer, and you can ride dragons. I guess you go and you swim around the ocean. I think it's very similar to a Kirby-style game, and that's great because I love Kirby games. Hopefully, this game is great. I'll give it a try, and I'll be happy to add it to my collection. Alright, the next find from Value Village was kind of a gamble. I don't normally buy this type of stuff, but I saw it and I thought, what the heck? It is a bunch of Pokemon cards. So this was a pack, and it's got 2 card binders in it. You have this first one, the red one, it's upside down with Pikachu. And then you have this blue one with Charmander on it. And both of these were $6. And I don't know what's in it. I can see that there are cards in it, but I'm going to open it up and see if there's anything good in it. Alright, so we got both of them open. It looks like they're packed full of cards or something, so hopefully, let's see, we'll start with the Pikachu one. Open it up. That's actually pretty cool. You got the Jungle Boosters, which is actually from the original sets. It's one of these, the original sets. You got some of the first edition cards. Well, not first edition, but from the Jungle set, because it's got the little emblem in there. So these are original Pokemon cards from the late 90s. Ooh, even a couple holograms or holographics. You have Scyther, you have Vaporeon. This is awesome. Binder 2. Let's open it up. Again, we got the Jungle Boosters. I don't think any of these are like super first editions. But either way, it's good to see Pokemon cards that I'm familiar with. Yeah, not too bad. We have a holographic Machamp, first edition Machamp. That's actually pretty cool. Right there, first edition. Can't complain about that. 2 of these for $6, and I got a few original holographic cards. Pretty cool. I mean, I definitely like these binders more than the cards themselves. They're nice and compact. They don't take up too much space, so that's great for me. Awesome. Alright, so the next pickup is actually pretty big. It's a heavy hitter. It's for Super Nintendo. I actually have it already, but I'm using this as a label upgrade. So the story behind this game is I used to have a PVM, a professional video monitor, which is a special CRT TV essentially. It requires special connectors, but it outputs RGB, super high video quality for retro systems. And I've had it for years, but I decided it's just time to get rid of it. I posted it up to a local retro community, and a friend of mine actually hit me up saying that he wanted to trade for it. And this friend of mine actually owns a video game store, and this video game store is Gamebound Video Games in Kent, Washington. And so we were able to work out a deal essentially. I brought the PVM down to his store. I met him there, and he said just pick out some games or pick out this X amount of value for the PVM, and we'll call it good. So I went down there with the PVM, and I was able to find a game essentially to add to my collection, and we both left happy. And the game is, you're probably dying to hear, it is Metal Warriors for Super Nintendo, made by Konami. Excellent game, super fun, super challenging. It's kind of like a action platformer. You're in a mech, you're going around shooting things, but you can also exit the mech and be a little human being on the map and go to different mechs and change your suits and stuff. It's super fun, super challenging. There's also a multiplayer mode, but the unfortunate thing is this game is fairly pricey. So I don't know, I have a copy, but half my label is completely ripped off. When I got to Gamebound, I had the PVM, and this is what instantly caught my eye. We were able to work out a deal, and I was able to give him the PVM, which he plans on using for his own collection, and he's super excited about it. And I got to leave with Metal Warriors to upgrade my current label with, and I'm super excited about that. So not too bad. Really happy about this pickup here. Also, as a bonus, the owner of Gamebound Video Games, super cool guy. He knows that I do these pickup videos, and he watches some of them, and he notices that I collect, I don't know, a little bit more obscure stuff, random things, knickknacks here and there, and he knows that I'm a fan of anime and Dragon Ball Z. So he happened to have these. These are some Dragon Ball Z videotapes. These are brand new, sealed. These are from the Cell Saga, which is an awesome saga. It's probably my favorite, personally. But also, he found these Japanese laser discs. Some Japanese Dragon Ball Z laser discs. So I don't have a laser disc player, but this is super cool. If I ever do find a laser disc player, I'm going to pop these in. I'm going to watch these movies. I think this one has to do with Brawly, specifically. But yeah, super cool. Super nice guy. These were not originally part of the deal. He just had these. He thought of me. And while we're making the deal, he's like, hey, if you want these, I'll just throw them in. They're yours. So awesome, awesome dude. And I have to give a huge shout out to him and his store, Gamebound Video Games. It's in Kent, Washington. They got some of the best spread that I've ever seen in a video game store. They have all the common staple titles, but they have a bunch of heavy hitters that you want to collect. And essentially, I don't know, he gets new stuff in almost every day. And if you're ever looking for something, then you got to hit them up. So if you're ever in that area, definitely check out Gamebound Video Games. Alright, so the last pickups I want to show you came from a friend of mine. So in my last video, I was in Florida. I was stuck in Florida because of Hurricane Irma. And I didn't get a chance to go to the regional qualifiers for Nintendo World Championships 2017. So the weekend I was supposed to come back was the weekend of the qualifiers in my area. And because of Hurricane Irma, my flight was canceled and I had to stay in Florida for an extra 3 or 4 days. And so, a buddy of mine, Retro Edition, went to the qualifier and he decided he was going to check in for me with my Nintendo account and then just grab any kind of swag he can, like, I don't know, free stuff that they do hand out at those events, because he knew I was going to be missing out. He knew that I'd be wanting that stuff, and being the super nice guy he is, he decided he'd do what he can to get some stuff for me. Because of that, I actually brought him back a few souvenirs from Florida, but I didn't really expect him to get anything because I know Nintendo is pretty strict on a one per person rule with their swag and their promotional items. But I met with him, I gave him his souvenir, and he was able to hand me a couple things which I'm super excited for. So the first thing I want to show you from that event is the My Nintendo pin. Just your basic pin, and you can get this actually by checking in at specific Nintendo events. So if you have a My Nintendo account, you can get a QR code. The Nintendo associate or whoever's running the event will take that QR code, scan it, check you in, and by doing that you get a pin. So that's very cool. Because I wasn't there, I couldn't check in, but he checked in, he got this pin, and he gave it to me. So thank you very much, Retro Edition. So super cool you had to do that for me. But the icing on the cake is this thing here, this Metroid Samus Returns poster promotional print that they had at the Nintendo World Championships 2017 qualifiers for my region. I'm sure they have it had it at other regions, but because I wasn't there, I couldn't pick it up. But Retro Edition, again, super cool dude, picked this up for me. But the cool thing about this print is, if you notice at the bottom, something shimmering. Ooh, nice and shiny. It's actually a gold embossed Nintendo World Championships 2017 brand. Little crest there, little emblem. Super cool. This is a very high quality print. It's not made out of flimsy paper. It's actually a nice cardstock or poster stock. I plan on getting this framed and hanging up somewhere. It's very cool. Again, I have to give a huge shout out to Retro Edition. before that. But yeah, I'm speechless. It's an awesome thing for someone to do for me. That's why I love the gaming community, retro gaming community, and that's why I do my best to become a part of it and become friends with people. Yeah, those were my pickups for this week. Lots of great things, lots of unique things, and I'm really glad about that. Super excited about that. Again, shout outs to Gamebound Video Games and Retro Edition. Came through big time for these pickups. So if you did like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please check out my other videos. I got some other pickups, tips and tricks, gameplay, as well as some streams. So if you like streams, check out my Twitch channel as well. With that being said, we'll see you guys on the next one.